My earliest memory from my childhood. You know, I have a lot of kind of different photographic memories. Like I remember kind of different, I have like different pictures from my house in Cuba, like our old house, and sometimes a smell will kind of trigger like an old memory from home. But I was so young when I lived there that I don't really remember a lot of it. And sometimes like a certain song, like a kind of childhood song, will bring me back to my grandparents would throw these parties in our house, and that will kind of remind me of my childhood. But I moved to Miami when I was about 7 years old.
Et votre mère vous a dit, on part pas aux États-Unis, on va à Disneyland.
Yeah, I know. Immigrant parents they're the best liars. So that was the only way that she could basically get me to leave Cuba without, you know, crying and having my fingernails scraped through the floor. So she was like, we're going to go to Disneyland. And then it was like 4 months later, and we still hadn't gotten to Disneyland, and I hadn't seen my cousins or my grandparents. And I was like, where are my cousins? Where's my grandma? And then a year later, I ended up going to Disneyland. But I was still, I still really missed being back home. But I think because of that experience, like that kind of experience of leaving what was home at a very early age and kind of always moving, I think I always try to find that I have a strong sense of nostalgia. And I think that kind of makes its way back into my music a lot. Like, whenever I'm in the studio, I always find myself going back to songs that I listened to from when I was a kid that my parents played. Like, that's how Bam Bam happened. That's kind of how Havana happened. I always find myself having nostalgia for those experiences.
Je voulais vous parler de cet épisode-là parce que quand on écoute votre musique, et c'est ce qui fait pour moi les grandes chansons de pop, c'est d'apparence joyeux, mais il y a toujours dedans de la mélancolie ou de la tristesse.
Yeah, that's so true. I love that you say that because I have such a hard time when I'm in the studio and I'm writing and people just want to make something that's careless and fun. I don't know what that means about me, but I always feel like there needs to be a little bit of a tension, or like you said, a little bit of a melancholy. And I think, yeah, I think when I think about it, whether it's the way that the chord progression sounds or a little bit of a struggle in the lyric, like even Havana is about missing someplace or missing something. Yeah, I think that, because I feel like that's the beauty of the human experience, is you can't really have happiness without the sadness. You can't know light without darkness. So I think you're right. Like, I think the best songs have a little bit of both. I don't really like songs that are completely happy or completely sad.
C'est quoi les chansons de pop qui vous ont le plus marqué dans votre vie, les airs qui vous accompagnent le plus? Est-ce que c'était des choses joyeuses ou des choses tristes?
That's a good question. I think I'm more of an emotional, I gravitate towards more emotional songs. I like songs that make me go like this, like, that make me go like that. So that's always like when I'm in the studio, I like songs that just like make me feel. I think also it's those feelings they're so therapeutic for me to get out. It's almost like when I feel happy, I don't need to go in the studio and get anything out. You know what I mean? But if I'm feeling conflicted or if I'm feeling yearning for something, that feels, or I'm feeling like I need to kind of get something out in a cathartic way, that's when I want to go in the studio. So maybe that's why I feel like emotional songs are my favorite to write. But then up-tempo songs like I Love It or Havana or Bam Bam are my favorite to perform, because I love to dance and I have a lot of energy when I perform. So when I write, I like to make sure that I make both.
Vous êtes d'accord avec ce qu'il dit? Le fait de s'acheter la tranquillité?
I do think to a certain degree, I think that having financial freedom gives you choices to have a lifestyle that can give you privacy, that can give you comfort to do things your way. I do agree with that. The part I most agree with is, I would say, like, I would probably say differently, but like upgrading the people around you in the sense that everybody does this, like where it's like making sure you don't have any fake people around you, making sure you have your real ones around you. And besides that, like, that's it. And not needing to deal with fakeness outside of that. And just, like, you know, doing what you love, doing life with people you love, and that's it. And also, a pool inside your house sounds great, too. I mean, I'll do that, too, shit.
Est-ce que vous l'avez?
No, I don't have a pool inside my house.
Non, je parlais de la tranquillité.
I practice tranquility. I have tranquility way more than I did in my early 20s. And more than I did last year and more than I did the year before that. I think age and the correct processing of experience gives you tranquility.